Mike and Raelyn, Whitney, and it feels weird because the music's still on. Are we supposed to have music? I don't know.
I'm fading it out.
Anyway, so we're going to have our first speakers come up, Mike and Raelyn, Whitney. And I'm going to tell you just a little bit about them. Raelyn used to own a boutique, and it was called Go Girly, or Go Home. And she had this boutique, and she was, I'm just going to tell you how I met her, because then Mike comes into the picture after that. Can you see out of those things?
Not really.
Okay. A long time ago, about a year and a half ago, when I first got in this business, Nerium was only 6 months old, and I was very, very nervous, because companies, I'll just have to tell you, most companies, when they're new, fail within the first 2 years. And I had just gotten through experiencing something like that. I've been in this industry for 12 years, and I had just come off the heels of a company that failed in 2 years. Carol and I were in that business, and so was Mitch and Michelle Mitchner. And it was one of those things where the company should have made it, and it didn't make it. And it was bad management. And so what I want you to know is when I heard about Nerium, I was a little leery. And especially a new product, and it was this magic ingredient, right, that came from the Nerium oleander plant. So the company was 6 months old, and I called Raelyn. She was on a chicken list, I'm going to tell you that for sure, because her and I met when she was selling gold, and I was in that other company. And she kept me at arm's length. I felt it. It was 2 years since I'd met her, and I don't think I called her for anything because I knew she didn't want to talk to me about nothing. So, I called her one day, and I said, "Hey, Raelyn, I got this anti-aging skin cream, and I'd like to get your opinion on it. And would you like to try it?" And she shocked me, and she said, "Sure, bring it on, honey." That's exactly what she said. And then she said something really funny. She said, "There's a toilet on my front porch. She said, just put it right next to the toilet." I'm like, I'd never been to her house before, but I was like, that's weird. I liked her, but Anyway, I did. I put that bottle next to the toilet. I left a little pamphlet. Everything I had, I gave it there, and I left. And that was how it started. So I want you to give a warm. Oh, no, I'm not done. Mike, how long was it before you quit your job?
I tell people less than a year.
Well, it was
way less than a year.
It was 4 months.
Five.
Okay, it was 5 months. We don't recommend that. but the thing is he saw where this was going. They were doing really well, and he liked what he saw. And I'm going to let him tell his own story, but I am thankful for their leadership. I am thankful that, I'm going to tell you this, they'd never done multi-level marketing before. And what they did was they grabbed a hold of this, and they took ownership and they took leadership of it, and they began to feed themselves. They put themselves on every single phone call that there was. That's what a leader does. And I am just tickled as punch to have them come up here and do the first part of the training. Thank you. You're wired. Okay, we have to do this. Ooh, love him.
Does someone have a success planner handy?
I have one right over there.
Thank you. Okay, so we're going to tell our story.
There is no way any of these people are going to take us seriously.
We don't want them to. We really don't want you to.
By the way, Clifton, it was Ugly Sweater Day. That is not an ugly
That
sweater.
is a nice sweater. It's not an ugly
I've grown up twice. It's hard. There's nothing uglier on the planet. If it would have cost $2, I wouldn't have worn it.
I have one. Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, so we're going to tell our story in a little different way. We've never done this before, so.
I want to say one thing.
Okay.
I said this at one of our meetings, and I want to say it more publicly. I'm grateful for 3 women. And at this point in my life, I'm grateful for 3 women in my life. The first one was obviously my mother. She's the one that brought me into this world. And right now, I'm sure she's very proud. But she can see me right now. The second one is my wife. We've been married for 21 years. I'm grateful that she took a chance despite all the negativity that I was giving.
We
I
couldn't
was
marry all that.
I was supportive, but I was very negative, and it's hard for me to look at you.
I know, it's hard for me to look at.
Very supportive, but she did kind of stick her neck out there. She took a chance, despite my feelings about what she was doing. When she decided to take a chance, I was supportive. But I'm glad that she took that risk, and I'm also grateful that Mindy Anderson, wherever she went, she left, that Mindy introduced this to Raelyn. And, you know, she talked about Raelyn being on her chicken list, and I'm so grateful that she wasn't scared of her chicken list, and she called her anyway, because it's completely changed our lives. So I just wanted to, since it's that time of year, I just wanted to show my gratefulness to those 3 women.
Okay, so now we're going to tell our story. We've never done this before, but we kind of tossed it around in the car like 10 minutes ago on how we would do this. So this might be not very good, and it might be really funny. I don't know. Okay, so I'm going to start by saying a sentence, and then Mike's going to say a sentence, and then I'm going to say a sentence. Okay, so my first sentence is, I was 0% interested in getting into one of those things.
And I had no clue.
So I tried the product, and I loved it.
And it was skincare, so I still had no clue.
I shared it with a few of my friends, and they loved it, and their friends loved it, and their friends loved it, and I earned an iPad.
And I turned ESPN off and sat up on the couch.
And then we earned a Lexus.
And then I started to develop an eye problem. I worked at the same job for 23 years.
And then I closed my boutique of 7 years in Leawood, Kansas.
And that's when I fired my boss and came to sell skincare full time.
Now we have an amazing team of over 500 people. Cannot believe that our team has grown so big in the last 17 months. We have, that's more than one sentence, okay.
Well, I told you I was grateful for those 3 women, but I'm grateful for the team that we have underneath us. We're so grateful for everyone who puts in the effort, who sees the dream that we see. I tell people all the time, it's an emotional thing to have your dreams kind of fade away. You know, you get married. We got married 21 years ago, and when you hadn't had a raise in 10 years, and your dreams start to fade away, and when you get those dreams back and you start to see light at the end of the tunnel, it's an emotional, inspiring, great thing. So, and none of that happens unless you have other people who see that same vision, who have that same thing in mind for themselves as well. So we're grateful for everybody here.
Now we're just a couple of nerds selling skincare, so. That's our story. Kind of broke the rules a little bit, but that's okay. That's okay. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get started with the training. Everyone gets your success planner in your box when you get your kit. This is our Nerium Bible. This is, you should carry it with you all the time. If you have a question about the business, chances are it's in this book. It's not in this book. Chances are it's in a video in your back office. It's somewhere in your back office. So what Mindy did with me, she told me in the beginning, she said, if you ever have a question, just call me. And I took her up on that. I think I called her in the beginning about 17 or 18 times a day. And I had lots of questions. I'm very inquisitive. I like to do my research. And so she was, this is how you should train your people. When they call you and ask you a question, you should tell them what page to look on. So after about the 5th or 6th call, I realized that that's what she was going to tell me every time I called her. She was going to say, well, that's on page 6, or that's on page 14. So, and what happened was when I started looking through this book and trying to find the answers to my questions before I called Mindy, I started finding a lot of other answers to questions that I wasn't even looking for. So this book right here is packed full of information. sometimes when we have our Tuesday night meeting, some of you don't know this, but you leave your planners laying around on the tables, and I often open up the first page and see if you actually opened the CD. Whoever gave me this hasn't opened it. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Just kidding, girl. So these discs in here are very, very important. It basically takes you through the whole planner. So this is an amazing book that you want to write in it too. Don't be afraid to take a pen to this. This is your planner. So they give you like these little lines to fill in for a reason. So, don't be afraid to fill it in. You can always order another one if you're one of those people that, doesn't want to make a mistake or anything. But you want to read this from cover to cover. It's just like, if you went to college, like this is your first book. Nerium 101, you need to read this. So I see a lot of people that walk around with these books and they're like in pristine shape. And mine has cappuccino stains all over it and some cheese from some nachos I was eating one time. And mine is written all over, and I have notes taken in the front and the back. And I don't know, one thing that I didn't realize, and I was so busy trying to learn everything in the beginning, I didn't realize in the back that they have some messenger phrases, some phrases that are compliant. So when you're first starting out, you can really utilize these to post on Facebook with a picture or something like that. These are great little phrases. And it also gives you, things that you can talk about too. So when you read these phrases, you learn a lot of things as well. So, we also have an updated version available online if you've been a brand partner for a while, and because I know they come out with new ones, they add new things. Hi, Steve Lindsay. I just saw you through my rose-colored glasses. How are you? I see you. So anyway, you can print off a new one online if you want to.
Maybe you should do that since you want cheese.
Maybe I should do that. I don't know. I kind of like my cheesy one. It has sentimental value. Okay. Now we're going to talk about the Nerium culture a little bit. The Nerium was based on the word real. That was important to me. I liked that. I liked when I went to the first conference, that was the biggest thing that I really came out with, is that the people were just real. I wasn't expecting a lot when I went there, to be honest. I was very skeptical. Even when I went to the first conference, I was looking for things. I was looking for bad things. I was looking for sketchy people. I was looking for salesmanship, salesy stuff. I was looking for rah-rah. I thought everybody, maybe pass me a teal-colored pom-pom when I came in. And, everybody was just so nice. Everyone from the airport that we met that were going out, all the way to the bus ride over. I can't believe people are taking pictures of me right now.
And you didn't meet any tacky people?
I know, I didn't meet any tacky people. So one thing, the core values of the company, those are also in your success planner, right in the very first page. So when T was here a few months ago, I loved what he said, that all of these core values, 90% of them are, only 10% are skills, and the other 90% are mindset. So this business is a lot about your mindset, a lot about how strong am I going to be, how strong is my why, how determined am I to make this happen. How much don't I care that somebody is going to make fun of me? How much am I not going to...
That's clearly obvious right now.
Clearly obvious. I don't care. I know some of you have your best friend that's not supportive of you. Who cares? You have to have that attitude. Who cares? You have to go on, be successful, make this business what you want it to be, and who cares what people think, obviously.
Sorry, Mike.
Hold on. Then we have Nerium, gives back to the community, and I want you guys, if you didn't stop by the photo booth out here, we're going to have that afterwards at the party too. For $1, you can get your picture taken with all of the props out there, and you guys can, your team can get together and take a picture. You can get a picture with your sponsor, you can get a picture with your husband, whatever. And for $1. And then Gina's going to post all of those on Nerium Knitting Post, I believe. And all of the proceeds are going to go to Big Brothers and Big Sisters. So again, it's our way of giving back, just something little that we don't have to do, but that's what this company instills in us, is to be good people and to start ripples like that. So Todd and Gina have adopted, I don't know adopted is the word, but they got a little, and yeah, can you listen to this? Right?
Yeah.
They got a little, and it was such an awesome story because they went and
You can clap. That's
yeah,
not
that's
a big deal.
awesome. And so Zach, right, is their little, and they found out that Zach had a little twin sister named Hannah, and so. So they were generous enough to go ahead and take Hannah under their wing as well, because as his adopted little twin, or his twin sister, as his twin sister, she saw Zach going out and having fun with Todd and Gina, and that would make her sad, obviously. So they were so awesome to go ahead and take both of them, and they do awesome things. If you look on their Facebook page, you can see how it's changing their life. Obviously, how it's changing those little kids' lives. So. So I'm not even in the second slide, and I'm freaking crying. Okay, so if you weren't in Long Beach, California, we had the luxury of having Jack Canfield be one of our speakers. And he did this awesome presentation. We were going to try to reenact it today, but we know we're not Jack Canfield, and we never will be. So we're just going to go ahead and play it for you. And it's about 9 minutes long, and it's really, really cool. So I want.
Are we going to do it too?
I'm sorry?
Is everybody going to do it? No?
No.
Oh, cool.
But she wants you to come up and
we're just
you
going to
wanna
watch
come up and do
it.
it.
I think you should do it.
We're just
You
gonna-
should come up and do it.
We're just going to watch it first, and then we might do something.
That's cool. That's cool.
Maybe we should do it. If it's the one where we're doing.
We're not, well, it wasn't that way. It's a different one.
Aspect of that, another indication or illustration of that. I'd like to have a volunteer come out of the audience so I can demonstrate with. Let me pick somebody. You jump right up there.
Can you expand it?
Tell me your name. Lynn Street. Okay, Lynn, come up here. So Lynn and I are going to demonstrate again the power of the mind over the body. And Lynn, look out there and feel okay up here?
Woo! Big audience.
Big audience. Okay, good. You can do it. Now, what I want you to do is I'm going to use one of your arms in a minute. Do you have any injuries on either arm?
I do not.
Okay. Are you right-handed or left-handed? So let's use your left arm. And what I'd like you to do, I'm going to push down on your arm. I want you to push up. Don't let me push your arm down, okay? So you resist. Good and strong. Now, I want you to say, my name is Lynn. Can you do that?
My name is Lynn.
And then resist. And then I want you to make up a name that's not your name. Like, my name is Mary or my name is Joe. And then say that, and then I'll test your arm.
My name is Felicia.
And then notice what happens. Say, my name is Lynn.
My name is Lynn.
And then say, my name is Felicia.
My name is Felicia.
And it goes right down. So what we know, don't go.
Wrong.
I am. But can you feel the difference?
I can't.
Yeah. So what happens is when you lie, this whole set of muscles goes weak. And so again, we see the effect of a thought on our physical body. What happens here is that the nerves in the end of the little dendrites at the end of the axons and the nerve, the brain, the cells, what happens is that, sure, what happens is that when you lie, the little electrochemical jump that goes across there slows down, and so you don't get the same muscle tone, all right? Now, let's look at another thing here. I'd like you to just close your eyes. And I want to show you the effect of a negative self-judgment. I'd like you just to say, I'm a bad girl, twice. Just say that out loud. You can do it. I'm a bad girl.
I'm a bad girl.
One more time.
I'm a bad girl.
And resist. See, and the arm goes down. Now say I'm a good girl.
I'm a great girl.
One more time.
I'm a good girl.
And resist. Can you feel the difference now? Yeah. So sometimes I teasingly say all this really proves is that bad girls can't resist me and good girls can. I won't say that today. But truly what we see here is when she has a negative self-judgment, arm goes weak. How many times have we judged ourselves and said, I'm not a good person, I shouldn't have done that, shame on me, etc. Do one more thing here. I want you to close your eyes. Think of something you've always wanted to do that in your heart of hearts felt like maybe you couldn't do. Like, I want to be a millionaire, or I want to go to Paris, or I want to go on a month-long vacation on a safari in Kenya, or something like that. Can you think of something like that that feels like a true I can't for you?
Absolutely.
Okay, so say that thing out loud. I can't.
I cannot ask Jack Canfield to write the foreword to my book.
Okay, that'll work. Okay, so say that one more time, and then I'm going to push down your arm, and you resist. We'll see what happens. Go ahead and say it again.
I cannot ask Jack Canfield to write the foreword to my book.
Okay, resist. Notice your arm goes down. Now say, I can ask Jack Canfield to write the foreword to my book.
I can ask Jack Canfield to write the foreword to my book.
And resist. Notice how strong it is now. Very good. Okay.
Principle number 2.
Yeah, ask. I remember that. Okay, good. So do two more things with me here. I want you to think about something that you've always wanted for yourself. But I want you to think about it in a way that's only, think of a goal you have, and think about how it's going to serve you. Not about how it's going to serve the world or serve other people, only how it's going to serve you. It's going to make me rich, or I'm going to have all this freedom. Can you do that?
I can.
Okay, so close your eyes. Just think about that goal being achieved, and think about how it only serves you to do that. You there?
I'm there.
Okay, resist. Notice what happens to your arm. Now what I want you to do is think about that same goal, but think about how it'll serve others. How it might serve your children, or a friend, or society as a whole, kids at school, whatever the areas where it would be of service. And just think about how it's going to serve them if you achieve this goal. And tell me when you're really there.
I'm there.
Okay, resist. Now it's good and strong. So here's a really important point. When you're thinking about what it is you want in the world, we know that the more you're coming from service, the more your body actually is strengthened by that, and the more the law of attraction works. It's going to attract people to you quicker, resources, ideas, forwards to books, all kinds of cool stuff.
Now we have some.
Now we have something. But seriously, what happens is, so many of us have goals, but our goals are all kind of this greedy, what's in it for me? And the same goal, it's the same goal, right? And yet when you think about how it's going to serve others and you focus on that, you're going to be much more effective in getting what you want quickly. Let's do one last thing. I'd like you all to look at her up here, and I'd like you to put your arm up. I'd like you all to think a negative, judgmental thought about her, just to make one up. I know it's difficult. You can do it. And just send that thought up here, and you resist with all your strength. You see, that's the weakest of spin, isn't it? Now what I want you to do is smile at her and send a positive thought. She volunteered, she's up here, we're having a good time. And resist. Now it's good and strong. So would it make, you can relax your arm. So would it make sense to surround yourself with people who love you, encourage you, accept you the way you are, support your dreams, as opposed to surrounding yourself with people who are judgmental? Obviously. So this is important. Remember, we're talking about the law of vibration here. The law of attraction is all about vibration. And you can be affected by other people's vibration. But here's the last part. I want you to do this for me. Close your eyes. And I want you to pretend you're surrounded by a fountain, like at the Bellagio Hotel, something like that. And this water is all going up around you, 360 degrees. It's a sunny day, and there's a lot of light in that water. And this water and this light is going to protect you. Can you keep holding that image in your mind? Can you see it? Good. Do you think you could open your eyes and still see that image? Okay, do that. Keep holding that image. And I want you to send her that same negative judgmental thought that you sent before. And you resist. Good. Now stop imagining the water. Tell me when it goes away. Just have it stop. It's gone now. Send her that same negative judgmental thought. You resist with all your strength. Straight down. Bring the water back. Tell me when it's there. Send her a negative thought one more time. You resist. Good and strong. And let's give her a big round of applause. Thank you.
What I love so much about this group and about our... Can you come and grab them?
Take off your sunglasses.
Oh, that's the But what's the cool thing about our groups and about how amazing this group of people is that you guys are all for each other's water. You know, we have to rely on each other to, and this is what coming to these events does, is it surrounds yourself with like-minded people that are going for the same thing, and we're helping each other, and we're positive with each other, and we accept each other where we are, and we don't judge people for how fast they're going or how slow they're going. We're just happy that they're going. So I want you to just take a second and feel the love in this room and know that, you know, everyone here is here for you. So that's an awesome feeling. I hope you guys feel it too.
They might be judging you for how you look.
I don't care. I don't care.
I think I look pretty amazing, but you look ridiculous.
Waterfalls.
I just want to ask a question real quick before we continue. Is how many in here are 60 days or newer? 60 days or newer. Wow. Okay. And how many of those that are in that category have been to a regional before? I know a couple. Okay, so this is your first time. Well, we're going to do our best to give you as much information, good information as possible. We want to serve you correctly. So that's good to know. Okay, so one of the things when I got started in this, or as I started to learn more about the business, since we had never done this before, I had never had this presented to me. When I went to my job, I worked, 40, 50, 60 hours a week, and I was compensated for the job that I did and those hours that I put in. The cool thing about this business is that as you get started, we ask people, the system is designed for the person who can only do this part-time. And we ask anyone who's interested or anyone we're prospecting if they have 5 hours a week that they could give this business. And if they can give it 5 hours a week, they can be successful. And this is how they can be successful, is you start out with you yourself with just 5 hours, but as you continue to go, you find 5, and now you're at 25 hours. You're still putting your 5 hours in, but now you have 25 hours in. And as you go along, so you can see how the numbers change. Now you're at 125 hours, and really what this means is you can go on vacation if you have a personal issue that you have to take care of. You don't have to worry about asking the boss for time off. You know that you still have your organization underneath you working the business while you take some time off. Maybe that's on the beach drinking a glass of whatever you want. But this is one of the really cool things about the business that I didn't really understand. And I think when you're talking to people out there, when you're talking to your prospects, you want to make sure that they're clear about how this aspect of the business can really give you unlimited income. The more people you bring in, the more hours that puts towards your business. And we're going to show you how that will grow your bank account.
So what I didn't realize when I first started is it felt like I was doing a lot of work, but I wasn't getting paid very much. And I know that it's for all of you in here, if you're brand new or not, you're probably feeling this a little bit. no one explained to me in the very beginning, since we had never done this before, that I would have to work 90% of the time and only get 10% of the money in the beginning. And all of us are conditioned that that's not the way that it should be. I work 40 hours, I should get paid for 40 hours. But in relationship marketing, you have to start to build your business, and you have to work a lot in the beginning. And you might not see very much in your bank account. But what starts to happen is, and I don't even think this goes year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4, year 5 at the end. I think the way that Nerium's working, that it's going so fast that it's not going to take that long for most of us. But who cares if it does? In 5 years, if you can work 90% of the time and get paid 10% of the month, you work. If you
It's
work
your story.
10% of the time and get paid 90% of the money, who's not okay with that? Who's worked at their job for more than 5 years? Okay, does any one of you that have your hand raised get paid 90% of the money for working 10% of the time? Do they let you only come in for 4 hours a week? No. No, and they never will. So, so just to know this little chart and to see this, because this right here is where most people quit. Because this isn't working. It doesn't work, and I'm not making any money. I'm putting all this effort into it, making all these phone calls, I'm sending out all these emails, I'm Facebooking people, I'm talking to people, and nothing is happening. I'm not seeing it. But what happened for us is we got past that, and Mindy kind of coached us through that a little bit, and Aaron and Danny and T, and we soon realized that if we just kept working, we would be getting paid more than what we're working now, which Mike and I have, I would say, probably reached that spot a little bit. We still work hard, and we're still excited to work hard. But we really think if we work hard for the next 3 to 5 years, that we're never going to have to work again. And the last 17 months of our journey has gone so fast that if that's what we have to do, I mean, I've had a blast. I don't know about you, but I've had more fun in the last 17 months than I have in a long, long time. So I don't even care. I don't even care what's happening, but gosh, I'm so glad that Kansas shirt is out of here.
What?
Because it's ugly. He's making it ugly. He's making it fun.
Yes, he is bringing a negative connotation to his sweater.
Oh, it's just mine too. Okay. So this just gives another, slide as residual where it shows where you're, in the first month you're only making $222, and then the second month you go up to $510, and the third month. So it just shows that if you just keep going, that pretty soon it starts to go on the upward swing. So you just have to hang in there, and who cares how long this takes? Because this company it's like a freight train going 270 miles an hour to the east. And if you just hang on to it, you have to go. You don't want to be that person that's standing on the side of the train watching it fly by, and you're not plugged in, you're not showing up to the meetings, you're not getting on the corporate calls, you're not doing the things that you're supposed to do, not contacting 2 people a day, and then before long the train is gone and you can't see it anymore. And that would be the saddest thing for me personally, is if someone is actually in this business and they just sit there and they don't really do what they're supposed to do, because all you have to do is just latch on with one finger and it's gonna take you, because the momentum of this company is insane. It's faster than anything that we've seen in the industry. So you want to make sure. Mike and I, we're in the train. Like we've got a little. We're in the caboose maybe, but we're in the train.
Okay. Mindy's not in the room. Mindy was at a National Marketing Directors meeting, actually in Dallas, and it was told to us, we've been trained on, and those that have been in this for a while, we are trained on to ask the person why, that when we bring someone in. And now they are actually telling people, they're telling all of us to cease and desist that questioning, because it puts a little too much pressure on the person you're asking. Because that can be a huge question. And so what we're doing now, and I took notes at our last conference, what we're asking this person now that you've just brought into the business and you're trying to figure out why they're doing this, you're going to ask them, and I'll say that I would have liked to have put it up there, but I can't. What's important to you in your life right now? And when you're asking these questions, you want to be taking notes. Write this stuff down. Because when the person gets frustrated, and we've all been frustrated, Raelyn and I have been frustrated. I think probably everyone in this room, if you haven't been frustrated, you will be. She got off to a great start. And we've had a certain level of success in this, but we have reached frustration. We've been there, so we know what frustration is like. And it's nice that that person, that your leadership knows what your why is. Because when you get frustrated and you're having thoughts of quitting or maybe finding another avenue, they can go back and revisit why you got into this. But it's not your why, it's what's important in your life right now. And how do you see this business tying into that? So you want to know what they hope to get from Nerium. Because some people don't get into this to quit their job. Some people love their job. Some people are only looking at this as a supplemental income. They want to use this to drive a Lexus, or they want to use this to go on vacation once a year. So it's important that you know those things. And then lastly, you want to ask, and this is a tough one. I asked this of Claire, and it's a tough one to everyone that I ask, is how do you handle discouragement? And then how do you see me helping you with that? How would you like me to help you with that? And I always like Raelyn to tell her story. When she got frustrated, she called Aaron. You want to share that with them?
I'll share that in the next slide.
Oh, okay. So, let's see. And then lastly, one of the other notes that I took, when you sit down and you do the game plan with your brand partner, your next conversation should start with, has anything changed? Here, let me do this. Made you smile. Has anything changed since the last time we talked? And you want to ask them that because they may have contacted all of their family, and all of their family told them they were nuts and crazy, and they couldn't believe that they were doing this. Or they've contacted all their friends, and their friends have defriended them on Facebook, and now they feel alone and helpless. Right? I mean, those kinds of things happen. So that's why you want to ask that question, because really, if it's been 24 hours since you talked to them, you don't know. I mean, their best friend may have just told them they're absolutely nuts for doing this. So ask them, has anything changed, in the last time that we've talked? So that's a different way of coming at your why. And if you guys didn't get all those, I have the notes up here. I can either forward that to you in an email or give it to you later.
Okay, so a lot of you all are new, and I'm sure that you all know this, but we're going to kind of go over the first steps. Your first things that you want to do, first objectives are to qualify for 3 or free, so get your 3 customers. And then second one is to be builder bonus qualified, which means fast start qualified. After you fast start qualified, you are qualified. Your 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, and on to infinity are in your builder bonus lane, which is really a lucrative place to be. So you definitely want to try your hardest to get fast start qualified. If you don't fast start qualified, nobody's going to die. Nobody's going to be bleeding. The ambulance isn't coming. There's a lot of people in this business, even in our upline, that did not fast start qualify, did not get their iPad, and are still making over $20,000 a month. So don't get discouraged if you don't fast start qualify. That's not a time to quit. It's not a time to get sad. It just is what it is. You didn't make it. You tried. The best thing you can do is just try your hardest. Contact as many people as you can. I'm going to use Bill's analogy. I loved it. I heard one day he said, we all have a deck of cards. And you have a deck of cards, you flip the cards over. Mike and I, some of this, I'm not going to lie to you, some of it is luck. Because Mike and I's first few cards that we flipped over, the first few people that we contacted, were very receptive to the idea. They were looking for a business. They were into, doing one of those things with us. They jumped on board. And some people's deck is shuffled a little bit different. And maybe it's their 14th card that is their first green partner. Maybe it's their 32nd card that's their first green partner. But what if you quit at card 40? And your rock stars were card 47, 49, 52. So it's all a matter of just getting through your deck. We all have to just get through our deck. And so that's just, it includes just contacting everyone you know and not prejudging anyone and just telling everybody how excited you are. And get out of your mind that you're bothering someone or that you're imposing on someone. Just think if Mindy would have thought that about us. We wouldn't be standing here right now. So another analogy that I love is act like you're, when you go to a restaurant and there's a lady that comes around and serves coffee. That's what you guys are. It's your job to serve the coffee. It's your job to serve the opportunity and the business and the product, and then it's their job to decide if they want it or not. So if I'm the waitress and I'm coming around and I'm asking, would you guys like some coffee? Would you like some coffee? Would you like some coffee? Would you like some coffee? Only 2 of the front row said yes, and I went in the corner and cried. I wouldn't be a very good waitress. So it's our job to offer the coffee. It's their job to see if, say if they want it or not. It's not personal. When I tell a lady, I don't like coffee. So when I tell the waitress I don't want coffee, it has nothing to do with her. She's a very lovely lady and she serves coffee marvelously. But I'm not interested. But she shouldn't get upset about that. And so you guys shouldn't get upset if someone's not interested. It's never personal. They're just not interested. So all you got to do is go to the next person. Because the next person might be really, really interested and love coffee.
It doesn't mean that they're not interested, completely uninterested.
Right.
They're just not interested right now.
This is yours, I think.
This is new. This wasn't in our.
No, this wasn't in ours. But
We didn't do our pregame on this. Become a builder. Focus on new brand partners. This is our new builder bonus plan. I guess these bullet points are kind of pointing out some of the things that the builder bonus is bringing. It brings early momentum, obviously. Identifies early stars in your organization. But really, the builder bonus is to help people get started the right way. It's people using the right activity to get their brand partners started correctly. Because sometimes we get in. I know initially when Raelyn got in, she did a great job of recruiting, but she wasn't doing a good job of training people. And so,
Waterfall.
well,
You're supposed to be my water.
In her defense, she was just doing. She was training people on how she was trained.
What were you doing?
I was on the couch watching ESPN. And I didn't do it right initially either. This is what, in the last 5 months? 5 months this has been implemented. And it was implemented for one reason. It was implemented to help that new person get started correctly. Because Jeff Olson, in this industry, 75% of the people that get into this business will quit in their first 60 days. And he doesn't like that number. So they implemented this new compensation into our plan so that we could focus our attention on the things that we need to be focusing on, and that is new people. So you get your first 3 people, your 4th one is coded to you. Does everyone know how the builder bonus plan works? No? Okay. I think we go over that later. Go ahead.
So to get builder bonus qualified, you fast start qualified or you achieve the rank of director. So if you did not fast start qualify, as soon as you become director, then you can become builder bonus qualified again. So again, nobody's going to die if you don't fast start qualify. As soon as you reach director, so if you don't fast start qualify, your next goal should be to get to director, and then you start, getting these bonuses. So it is very lucrative, and it gives people, initially it gives people a belief check. So if you can get someone to fast start qualify, now they believe that what they're doing is, it's lucrative, and they can do it. So, we'll talk later about Mike will talk later about the fast start game plan and what we do with our new people, and also what we do with our new people's new people. So if you have someone in your organization that is only 3 weeks old, maybe brand partner, if Nikki's fairly new. If she is a new brand partner, Mike and I are not going to expect Nikki to train her new brand partner because she's brand new. So you never want a new person to be training a new person. So we'll go into that later. But you always want to, hold tight your team and be aware of who might be maybe not ready to train a new person, and the people that are ready to train a new person. That's fantastic. So just know that about your team.
This is mine. You guys most of you don't know me well enough, but I am like freaking out right now because this isn't the PowerPoint I looked at. I'm very structured. Okay, I worked the same job for 23 years, and this is not the slide that I was supposed to do. So I'm like twitching.
You know this stuff, Lee.
We're giving you
Fast start qualified.
You can do it.
Well, fast start qualification, what's it take? 2,000 in qualifying volume, 3 personally sponsored brand partners in your first 30 days. Does everyone understands how to fast start qualify, right?
Yes.
Everyone?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
There's also a whole page of it in what? Your success planner. There's also a video in your back office. How to fast start qualify. I'll take it, babe. So if you don't fast start qualify, you're trying to get to director, right? Like we just said. So you had it 4,500 in group qualifying volume in 1 calendar month, 3 active brand partners, and you have to have your ADO. So that's pretty simple. Again, there is a page in your book about how to become a director. There's also a video on it.
How do we get paid? Go work. Bonuses are paid weekly. We get paid a monthly check. That's your residual check. And builder bonuses, those are paid out weekly as well. And they pay to infinity. Does everyone understand infinity? Everyone understands how cool that is? Yeah, that's pretty cool. Jeff Olson he's a stud.
He is. Okay, so builder bonus qualified. I'm just going to read this because it's pretty important. Brand partners who are fast start qualified or achieve the rank of director and are able to participate in the builder bonus program. So we just said it 3 different times. Everybody did it? Everybody understand? Okay. All right. Oh, goodness.
The bonus leg.
You don't read it to yourself. Goodness.
This is awful. How does the bonus leg work? Basically, guys, if you fast start qualify, your 4th brand partner, you are builder bonus qualified. And fast start qualification, we just covered, that happens in your first 30 days. So if you don't fast start qualify in your first 30 days, can you still pick up builder bonus qualifications?
Yes.
Yes. You can pick that up at director. So as soon as you hit director, that next brand partner that you sign, personally sponsor, you are coded to that person. Does everyone understand that?
Yeah.
The new folks, do you guys understand? Okay.
And he just kind of said this again, the brand partners are permanently linked to you, so they're never going to go, and it doesn't even matter where you're placing in your organization, they're always going to be coded to you. There's also, in our new back office, if you go into reports, there's a builder bonus code report at the bottom, and it'll show all the people in your organization that have fast start time left, and all the people that need to get to director to get to their bonus. So those are two very, very important reports that you want to, everyone in here should know who's on their builder bonus code. Everyone in here should know those people that are on that list, and you should be working with those people. Because what happens if one of those people fast start qualifies? You get 250, right?
And Jen
There you go.
Solis is going to do a little training on the back office later, and she can show you how to find those things. Right, Jen? You little reindeer, you.
Little Vixen.
So, more builder bonus stuff. We just talked about that.
Yeah, that's just what we talking about.
Say it with a smile, right?
Yeah, say it with a smile.
We just talked about that.
So we just said that, I don't know, I mean, I guess they think we're slow today, I don't know, but we just said this like 8 times. But I'm not going to say number 1 again because I just said it 8 times. But you can go watch this builder bonus training video if you guys want to write that website down.
Nerium.com
It's in the back office.
/builder bonus.
Yeah.
Nerium.com /builder bonus.
So if you didn't understand the first 18 times you read it, you can go watch a video about it.
You're developing a little bit of attitude as well. I like that. That was just me.
Mindy, are you in here? Okay. Whenever, just tell us when to stop because this isn't our. Is this yours? Is this okay? This is okay. Okay, we're gonna stop. Okay. So, and then Mike's gonna come back up here on our game plan.
I think we're supposed to take the 8-point system.
So
No,
she's
okay.
got the 8-point system.
I'm out.
You're out.